Hello guys, welcome at Webdesign, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful landing page. It's responsive. If you click on this button here, the background changes, the content on the bottom changes. I have now two examples, but you can do as many as you like. I'm going to show you how to make this nav, these social icons that are responsive, how to make a search option. And that's what I'm going to show you in this tutorial. Hope you like it. Okay, for this design you need two plugins. You need of course Elementor Pro and you need unlimited elements. And if you go to unlimited elements, you need the follow widgets installed. I'm going to show you here. You need the content slider. You need the remote arrows. I'm going to show you this or those. And if you go here to background widgets, you need the background slider. Okay, now we can start designing. Okay, now we are going to start our design. First, we start with the settings. The page layout we change to Elementor canvas, so the page is empty. The first thing that we are going to make is our layout. So we start by dragging in a container. Make sure this container is full width. The width is 100% of course. The minimum height is 100. Then you go to items. Always make sure that the element gap is on 0. The direction of our content is in a column. And then we can start designing. Okay, now we're going to fill in our layout. We do that by dragging in another container. This will be our first row. Our first row has a width, of course, of 100%. The minimum height is 10. The items have an elements gap of 0 and make sure the direction is in a row. Our first row we're going to fill in with 4 containers. So this is the first. Open the navigator. Now you can see how the lineup is set. We need to get to the third container. This one is full width. The width is 15. Now you can see what's happening over here. And the minimum height, view height 10. Items, element gap 0. And make sure is center. Okay, we're gonna duplicate this first because we need to fill out this row. The first one was 15. The next one will be 25. Then we duplicate this again. We make this 50. And then we duplicate this again. And make the last one 10. And now we have finished our first row. Okay, now we have finished the first row. Now we're gonna make the second row. To keep things organized, I will close this container and duplicate it. Now I have my second row over here. Make the view height of this container 17. Okay, in the second row we're gonna change the width of our containers. The first container is going to have a width of 10. The second container of 5. The third container of 75. And the last one is 10. And in total you have this a width of 100%. Okay, to keep things organized, I will close the third container, the second row, and duplicate it again. Now we're going to the third row. Make sure the minimum height of this one is 20. Okay, the third row has also here 4 containers, but I want to have 6 containers. The first container have a width of 15. The second 20. The third 20. The fourth 15. The fifth 20. And the last one is also 10. We have finished our layout. So we can close the third row. And now you can see with one big container with 3 rows in it. Also all 3 containers. And inside those rows we have smaller containers. Okay, we start with making the background. Go to the big container here on top. Go to Style. Unlimited background. Here's where the widget comes in from unlimited elements. go to background slider, then autoplay, put it off, and then go to the first picture, clear it, source, image, change the image, go to your pictures. Then go to the second. Now we have inserted our image and make sure enable sync and remote. Okay, now we have finished our background. When I'm looking to my background, I think it's a little light, so I make the background a little darker. Change the image opacity to 60, then go to your first background color and make it black. I'll also do that for my second background image. Now we are going to start to design our first row. Drop in a heading in the second container of the first row and put in your nav menu. We are going to start with the first heading. When I'm looking at my heading and my nav menu, I'm noticing the items in my container are not right arranged. So we go to the second container, put in justifies content center and flag start. The next one for my nav menu, items, justify center, and I want it to the end. Okay, now I'm going to design my heading. Text color will be white. I like Montserrat. Put this size 1.5 and weight 500. Then I'm going to the nav menu. Okay, the typography also Montserrat. The size 1. I keep it at 1.1. Also 500. The text color will of course be white, and when I'm hovering, I want to make it a little transparent. Copy and paste so everything keeps the same. And also make the pointer a little transparent. And now you got this design. And the last thing for the first container is to make the search option. So we go to search form, then we make the full screen, keep it center, and if you go to style, you go to the toggle, make the icon size 17, the color white, and when hovering I want the same hover effect as the nav menu, so copy paste the hover effect of the nav menu. The background I want be transparent, and also when I hover on it. When I'm looking at my search form, I want to be the alignment in the center, so to go to your container, click on items, justify center. I also want the background of this container a little darker, so go to backgrounds, background type, color. I want it black but transparent. I also want some radius over here, so go to style, border, then go to border radius, and I want the left button 20. To finish the header, you can close the first row, press on the first row, go to style, border, and now add some box shadow. And as you can see, now the header is finished. For the second row, we start with the remote arrows. So press in the remote arrows. Align, center, direction, column, and change the icons. Okay, go to the second container of your second row. Then you have the container with the arrows. Go to items. I want to justify center, and it is already aligned in the center. Now we're going to style the remote arrows. Click on style. Let's style our remote arrows. Press on style. Change the background. I want the background transparent. The button icon I want to be white. When it's hovered, it also needs to be white and a little transparent. And the button border color, I also want it to be transparent. I think the buttons are a little small, so I want to make him 30. Okay, when I'm standing, go to overrides. The previous button color needs to be white, and the next button color also. And I want the background transparent. Also, when I'm hovering over it, so make these first two white and the background transparent. Go back to content and make sure remote parent name auto detectable. Okay, now we can try it. Press on publish, have a look, and when I press on this button, the background changes. In the third container of the second row, so the second row, the third container, we're gonna put the content slider. The content slider is on unlimited elements. As you can see, he shows a little bit of a bug. So go to advanced and put the width on full width. Now it's fixed. Make sure that the height is on 70. A little bit smaller, I see, so I'll make it 64. Okay, we start with the content. We do autoplay off. Then we go to layout, image off, dots off and the arrows off. Then connect widget, enable remote connection, keep it on auto detectable and put the sync on yes. Sync group 1, that's fine. The animated content, I don't want a delay. Any items, I have 2 items because I have the Audi R8 and the Audi TT. Delete the image. And the button, I want to read specifications. Then we install the content. The vertical aligned center, that's fine. Horizontal alignment at the start. Then go to the content. This dark background, I want to be transparent. Keep the padding. Then we start with the text. I do everything Montserrat. I want the title big, so 3.5 is fine. And keep the weight on 700. The text also white, also Montserrat. And the default, the weight 500. Then we're gonna start the button. Keep the padding. The background of the button I want to be transparent. I want the border radius of 5. It will be visible in a moment. The background color, the bit text color hover. I want it white and a little bit transparent. Yes, I want the border. The border width has to be 1 and the color, the border has to be white. When you hover on it, I also want to be it 1 big, and then I want to be the same hover effect as the text. And now you can see it here, a small fine detail. As you can see, the alignment is not right at this moment, so go back to content. I forget to set the content alignment at left, and now it's nice aligned. And this is the result of the things that we have built. And now it's changed. I don't like the animation, so I'm gonna change that animation. So go to content, animate content, and I want it fade in top. Press an update, and now you can see. Because I have some padding over here, I want to change the content width of these 2 containers. So go back to your first container, to your first row. So first row, second container, I want it to be 23.5. Then I want this one at the first container of your first row, 60.5. Now the alignment is just better. The next step are the social icons. So look for social icons. I want 4 social icons. The last one need to be the phone. I want this one. Okay, these are my icons. Each icon you can put a link over here, so you can link to different pages or your Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. This one I changed to Instagram. Then we're gonna style them. I don't want to official color. The primary color has to be transparent. The secondary color I want to be white. The size 25. And the icon hover. When you hover over it, I want to be the primary color still transparent, and the secondary color I want to be white and a little bit transparent. The content has to be in columns, 1 column. Okay, now you see its alignment is at the top, so go to the container where the icons are in, go to items and put it on center. Just justify content, put it on center, and now they are just fine. We have finished the first row, the second row, and now we're going to start making the third row. For the third row, in the second container we will put in a content slider. We also will do that in the third container and in the fifth container. I'm just going to show you how I'll make this once, and then I do a fast forward. You don't have to watch all of it. We start by dropping in our container slider. Also, we will have the bug like we did in this container, so go to advanced, width, full width. Then we start with the content. I don't want to autoplay. Then I go to layout. I don't want the image. I just want title, text. I don't want the button, no dots and no arrows. Connect widget, enable remote connection, and put a sync on yes. Animate content, I don't want a delay. And the items, I have 2 items. I have the Audi R8 and the Audi TT. Okay, at the first item I want the speed. So the Audi R8 has a speed of 322 to 329 kilometers per hour. And the content I put in speed. Then I will also do that for the Audi TT. The speed of the Audi TT is 246 to 250 kilometers per hour. And also content speed. Then I'm going to start the content slider. The view height has to be 20. Vertical line center, horizontal line start. The content I don't want to have the dark background, so make it transparent. Then content alignment left. Then I go to start the title, text color white, typography Montserrat. I want to have it a little bigger and bold. And also text, typography Montserrat, weight 500. And this is how I'm styling the content slider. Now if you look at it, I'm going to update it. When I press on the arrows, the content of the main section is changing, but also the small content on the bottom of the page. As you can see, I have already made the other 2 content sliders. I did that the same way when I was making this content slider. And the last thing I want to do is add a background image over here. So go to this container, style it, unlimited background slider. I want to fade. I don't want the auto loop. I want enable sync and remote. Delete the backgrounds. The first image that I want to put in here is Audi R8 image. And the second image is Audi TT. The last thing that I want to add is our divider between these 2 sliders. So open this container, style, open the container, press on the content slider, go to advanced, scroll to border and add a border. I will put a border of 1 and make it white. And as you can see, now we have a border over here. But we don't want the border to the bottom, we want it a little smaller. So we have to change the view height of this content slider. So go to the content slider, again press on style and make it 50. Also go back to this container, layout, items, center. And do it the same with these two. The last thing that we want to add is the glass morphism that I have over here. So go to Google, type in CSS glass morphism. Oh, this is the right one. I think this is just fine. Copy CSS, go back to the Elementor page, go to the third row, so third row, advanced, custom CSS, type in selector, and then put in the CSS. I don't like the border and the border radius, so this one I will delete, and now it will look like this. If you want to see more beautiful designs like these, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next videos. Bye!